Okay, it's day 10. It's rest day today, and so I thought, what better way to celebrate rest day than to bring my good friend Will Taylor into the video. I've talked about him in many of the videos and a lot of the posts. Will is he's my coach, my fitness coach. He developed this particular program for me. He's also the owner of CrossFit Cedar City here in town and the owner of CrossFit St. George as well. So for a lot of you that watch this video, that's kind of where he's at. He's probably a familiar face to a lot of you. I thought I'd bring him on just for a second and ask him a couple of things as far as health and fitness, what got him into it, what is good advice he can give to people that maybe are on the other end of this video that are struggling with the mental energy or whatever to actually make a change for themselves, and then also for people who are planning on that January 1st resolution, how they can maybe prepare for it mentally, physically, whatnot. So just as an introduction, Will, if you kind of want to introduce yourself and why it is that you got into fitness.
Cool. So I'm Will Taylor. Sports has always been a big part of my life. Ever since I was young, 2-3 years old, I always had a ball in my hand. And then ended up playing rugby in college, played at BYU, and then tried to play for the USA team for a little stint. And then kind of when that ended, I had this void of what am I going to do with all the time I used to spend doing physical fitness and working out for all the sports we were doing. And so CrossFit and fitness and health and wellness in general just became a big passion of mine. And so that's kind of how we stayed in that world. My wife as well, she was a collegiate diver, so she was on the swim and dive team at BYU. And so that part of our individual and married lives has always played a huge role. And then we got the opportunity to buy a gym about 2.5 years ago. And so it really just was the accumulation of a life passion with now being what we do on a daily basis.
So I know you have a lot of opportunities to work with, a lot of local people that either join the gym or maybe probably ask for you for advice. What advice would you give to a middle-aged person like me that's got a lot of life experience on my midsection? What is the first couple of steps that they can take, or at least get them to that point where they're actually doing something?
Yeah. So one of my favorite quotes of all time, it's actually painted on the wall of our gym in St. George, is that a year from now you will wish you started today. And so I think, as stupid as it sounds and as easy it is, you just have to start. Like, you have to start doing something, and don't get overwhelmed with, I have to do this big diet, I have to commit to this huge workout plan. Just start. Like, if that's going on a walk, that's going on a run, that's doing 10 push-ups, that hump is what gets you over. Now you just start making that a habit, So I know that sounds silly and easy, but so many of us just don't start because we come up with excuses in our heads of, I'm not going to eat well, so I can't exercise, or I'm exercising and I have to be on a crazy diet. So just start doing something simple, and then you can build from there.
Yeah. So, and I think that's something that a lot of people have a hard time with, because I know I've started and stopped a billion times, right? And and I think everybody kind of experiences that. You get busy, kids, some drama, whatever, you're always doing something. But I want to, and something I've talked about in some of my videos is how important having the accountability has been. So not only did Will develop the program specifically for me, my height, my weight, my age, my physical activity level, he custom tailored that workout for me, but he also gave me some guidelines as far as nutrition. And so every night at about 9 or 10 o'clock, sometimes later, and you probably hate it, but I send Will an email, a screenshot of, I'm using my MyFitnessPal app to keep track of all the food. That includes the Direct Vital that I've talked about a lot of times, and what I'm doing with that, and I send that to Will. Not necessarily that I'm looking for guidance on that, it's more just the accountability that I have to admit, like last night I had that garlic bread, and I ate probably a few more.
I didn't take the protein.
Yeah, and I did not take the protein, but I ate like 3 more pieces of garlic bread than I should have. And I thought for just a second, man, I don't want to send that to you. But I knew that
cheating. I'm not putting it.
Yeah, exactly. So I knew that I had to send that, right? And so I sent it over, and you didn't judge me for it. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But that accountability makes me think twice about what I put down my gullet, right? And so that's been an important piece. How important is accountability? I mean, obviously you're a coach, and so that's just your business. But how important is accountability and success in these type of things?
I think it is the X factor to being successful in it. We just signed up a lady this morning, and that was the difference for her. She had a gym membership. She kind of knew what she should be doing for nutrition, but she keeps gaining weight and she's not doing it. And so just like you were saying, if you have somebody at the end of the day that you know you have to text and say, hey, I did or didn't do this, that just makes you think about it all day. It's at the top of your mind. So I think you have to find that and invest in that, and then you'll see results start to happen.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. So I appreciate Will being on with me today. Again, I'm really, really thankful. I've seen some great progress already. I'm going to start posting my stats in some of probably my weekend videos, just so I'm accountable also on these videos to the people that are watching it. But Will, how is it that if somebody is interested in taking that step and is interested in a coach, like what do they do? How do they contact you or the gym, or how do they get that?
Perfect. So if you're here locally, you can look up CrossFit Cedar City or CrossFit St. George online, Facebook, social media, under any of those handles will be there. But also, if you don't live here, don't feel like you have to do this. My family members in Texas are doing this. My wife coaches people all over the country. So wherever you're at, if you want help, even if it's just, hey, where do I start? How do I start that 10 push-ups, that walk? Look up me, Will Taylor, on Facebook, or you can email me at will@crossfitcedarcity.com, and we'd love to help you get started. Because I think too, Mike and I, we talked about this. This is part of your life, and I'm a firm believer that fitness and health will help your quality of life for the rest of your life. So start doing something, make it better, and you'll be a whole lot happier.
Yeah. And one last thought that I have is sometimes when those of us mortals that hear the word CrossFit, it kind of freaks us out a little bit, right? And I'll be honest, like I've known Will for a while, and I've really kind of vacillated back and forth whether I want to join the gym, right, and be in with the CrossFitters and that kind of thing. And it's a little intimidating, especially with where I'm at right now. And so the thing that I appreciated about the workout is, I mean, they're tough. I mean, as you've seen from the videos, they are tough workouts. But I haven't. It's not been too tough for me, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not pushing myself beyond the point where I'm going to be in trouble or sick or need to call an ambulance or something like that. And so don't let that word CrossFit freak you out. If you need something, if you need that motivation, if you need that next step, that little push to get to the next level, whether it's today or it's January 1st or whenever it is, I would really recommend that you give my friend Will a call through that email or track him down, especially if you're local. Do yourself a favor. It's been fantastic for me. Of course, I'm only at day 10. Let's see how I am at the end of the 6 weeks. So
better.
I'll check in on day 11, which I've already looked at that workout, and it's going to be a doozy.
It's a good one.
So I'm excited for that, and we'll catch you on day 11.
Thanks, Mike.